Mr. Ron Robertson, the President of the Auckland Trotting Club.
Mr. Robert Muldoon. Mr. Alan Hyatt, the Minister of Internal Affairs. Mr. Graham Cochrane, the Chairman of the Interdominion Trotting Council. Sir James Barnes, the Chairman of the New Zealand Trotting Council. Mr. Jack Bennett, the Chairman of the New Zealand Racing Authority. The Ground Council of the Interdominion. Mr. Barry Bramley, the Managing Director of Benson and Hedges. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Alexandra Park for the final night of the Benson and Hedges Interdominion Championships. To all our overseas visitors, we hope their stay with us has been an enjoyable one. It is now my pleasure to ask the Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Mr. R.D. Muldoon, to make the various presentations to the winning horse and connections of the 1983 Grand Final pacing section. Before introducing the Prime Minister, I would like to make mention of his involvement in trotting as an owner of standardbred horses, and of the fact that one of the leading sires at Noodlem is the Prime Minister's name spelt backwards. So it is very appropriate that I now ask the Prime Minister to make these presentations, the Right Honourable Mr. Robert Muldoon.
Thanks very much. Well, Mr. President, all our distinguished visitors, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you for supporting this wonderful Interdominion Carnival. It's been, I'm sure, one of the greatest, and tonight's race lined up probably the best field that the Interdominion Final's seen, certainly for many years. It turned out to be Australia's night, but there'll be other nights. I'm sure that we all congratulate the connections, the owners, the trainer, driver of Gammalite, as we do the second horse, Popular Arm, but equally there's a very, very warm feeling in this Auckland crowd for that wonderful horse that ran third. And if we see some more of her at Alexandra Park, well, that'll be great for trotting. My hearty congratulations to the owners, trainers, drivers of Gammalite, and now I've got to present all kinds of things here, and if someone will tell me what they are, then I'll be only too happy to present them. What have we got? Which is which? Grand Final Cup? Yep. Okay. Mr. O'Connor.
And so the presentation now of the various trophies. First of all, the Interdominion Grand Trophy, the cup that the Gold Cup, being presented to Mr. Leo O'Connor, the owner and trainer of Gammalite. There's the horse.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. I reckon it's a great night. Mr. Robertson, your committee, for putting on the Interdominion, and all our Australian friends who followed us over, and those who couldn't come, sent their telegrams, phone calls and whatnot. Thank you very much. I was over here last year and was lucky enough to win the cup. And while I was here, I was in Christchurch a little earlier too, and I saw the best of New Zealand's horses. And I did know before we started tonight, it was probably the best field we've ever ran a horse in. Without being overconfident, I did feel very confident from barrier draw 2. We'd had a bit of luck there. And after last Saturday's night's run here, although the great lady did beat us, I felt that we would turn the tables on her tonight. And I was very pleased to be able to beat a mare with such a reputation. You'll be a long time before you see another one here. I hope it's not too long. My mate Ray Wisby and his wife Faye. Ray has been training the horse and helping me over here. We've had a great season. Someday this horse should get to $1 million, and that will be a great thing for the horse, all those concerned with him, and for trotting. So let's hope that somewhere along the line we'll win another few races and just get to that magical $1 million. I'd like to thank Bruce very much for his drive. He's driven a lot of good races. He knows his horse perfectly. He knows him, I know him, Ray knows him. And that's the way you win races. You can't win races if you don't know the horse. He's a very, very good horse. There was a lot of very good horses in that race. Some of them probably didn't run up to their expectations, and for those, you have my sympathy. But I wouldn't like you to beat me. I've got a lot of friends in New Zealand. I've got a lot of friends all over Australia also. And all of those who wish us well, follow us around, ring us up, interstate, overseas, is very much appreciated. The greatest thrill of racing a good horse is to see the pleasure that others get out of it and the pleasure you get yourself. Now, I better get off this thing. But before I go, I nearly forgot poor old Bob Clark. Bob put up with me last year. We won the Cup here. He's got a very good setup out at Ardmore, and I went through his photos on the wall, and he didn't have one of Gammalite. We won the Cup from there last year. I'll tell you what, he'll have won of the Interdominion, I can tell you that. And thanks very much, Bob and Jean, and also Peter and Heather Wilson. Thank you very much.